Magandang araw mga kaibigan. Ito po si Nico Fabian. Once again, nandito po sa programa natin na NikTok, The Real Talk with Nico. And ngayon, it's today is already Tuesday, the April 29, no? So, good luck sa inyong lahat and magandang araw sa inyo. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. In Malay, we say it, salamat pagi, salamat patang, and salamat malam. Welcome po dito sa programa natin, ang NikTok, The Real Talk with Nico, on a Tuesday afternoon. So, tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang sabihin natin ng kampanya dyan po sa Pilipinas dahil 2 linggo na lang siguro, no? Slightly over 2 weeks na lang bago ang mga Pilipino, especially mga qualified voters dyan sa Pilipinas, will be going to their respective polling precincts to elect 12 senators, congressmen, party list, at saka governor, vice governor, assemblymen nila, ang mayor, both municipal and city mayors, councilors, and both sa city at saka municipal councilors po. Tingnan natin, magbakan pa rin na dyan po sa Pilipinas despite ang weather condition dyan sa Pilipinas, unpredictable, no? Some 57,000 yata, I was made to understand, na umpisa na ang early voting nila, mga absentee voters kahapon, and tuloy-tuloy po yan absentee voters for 3 days yata, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, ang mga overseas voters naman, nag-umpisa po last Palm Sunday, no? Last Palm Sunday, kailan mo yung Palm Sunday? April 13 yata yun, no? And tuloy-tuloy yun po. Online na voting, the first time din yun po, during the Philippine election, hanggang sa May 12, the day designated for Filipinos to cast their votes in or during the midterm election po. Now, midterm election ito. May 12, it's a midterm election. Anong ibig sabihin ng midterm election? Ibig sabihin po, we are not voting president at saka vice president. Ang presidential election will only be on 2028. Now, for the overseas voters, ang ano lang natin po, we can only vote the 12 senators plus 1 party list, if I'm not mistaken again, tungkol sa mga party list. Now, mga absentee voters, which they started, sino-sino itong mga absentee voters? Ibig sabihin, itong mga sundalo, mga uniform men natin dyan sa Pilipinas, because they will be on duty during the polling day, that will be May 12. Hindi sila pwede mag-vote during that day. Maaga sila mag-vote. Ang mga teachers natin po, no? Ang COMELEC officials, at saka ang mga media. At saka ang mga media. So, early voting sila. And I hope those who already voted, they voted according to their conscience po. And hope that their choices will be the right choice candidate po, para at least okay na okay ang another 3 years natin po, no? Sa Pilipinas. At the same time, mainit ang usapan ng mga politicians, mayroon hitting the belt and war still po, no? War still. Ang insidente ng shooting incidents, stabbing shooting incidents related to the election po. Dami na po, no? We heard or it was reported dyan po sa mainstream media sa Pilipinas na mayroon na po mga insidente po of killings related sa politiko po, no? Related sa election natin po scheduled next month, May 12. And mayroon din po mga kandidato, they also violated some rules and regulations of the COMELEC, and they were issued by the COMELEC itong show-cause order. Bakit COMELEC will not take action against them or disqualify them in this political race. And let's see po, sabi ang COMELEC, they will try to kung may mga hearing regarding itong COMELEC election violations po, they will try to complete the hearing or the investigation on or before the polling day para wala nang problema po so that they can make a decision whether disqualified or qualified pa rin ang questionable candidate. Kasi mahirap na after an election, particularly after when they take the oath, no? When they take the oath of office, then wala nang jurisdiction ang COMELEC, no? Wala nang jurisdiction ang COMELEC. So, ganun pa rin weather conditions sa Malaysia, dito sa Sabah, unpredictable, and I was made to understand also po, karamihan ng mga media men dyan po sa Pilipinas, mayroon mga media men sa Pilipinas, mainstream media, mga vloggers din po dyan sa Pilipinas, na experiencing the same feelings I'm experiencing now. Nag-ubo-ubo tayo po, may konting running nose tayo, and despite of this thing, uncomfortable tayo, but we are trying to do our level best to make sure ang mga followers namin will be able or will be informed properly on the updates or latest developments regarding what is happening sa Pilipinas. And to our overseas Filipino workers din po, magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Okay, to start with, okay, umpisa na tayo. Kahapon, mayroon announcement si Senator Amy Marcos, no? Senator Amy Marcos, who is a re-electionist po, no? Para dyan sa Senado, and he revealed ang kanyang findings sa tatlong araw tatlong beses na hearing sa Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, no? And she is the one who is heading that committee, or ibig sabihin, she is the chairman. And naglabas na siya po ang findings. Hindi ito ang committee report, no? Dahil on recess pa ang Senado, so findings lang ito po. Why she is doing this or announcing itong mga findings? Kasi according to her, maraming mga tao, they want to know anong findings or ang latest updates tungkol sa komitiya ni Senator Amy Marcos. And ano ba itong komitiya ni Amy Marcos? They are probing or investigating whether mayroon ba nag-violate ang gobyerno, ang mga local authorities natin po, when they surrendered, so-called surrendered, our former president, si Rodrigo Roa Duterte, to the custody of dyan po sa ICC sa Netherlands. Mayroon ba violation? And the incident happened last March 11. Apparently, based on the findings, third findings or announcement of Amy Marcos po, Planado po, may motibo, political motive ang arrest ni Tatay Digong last March 11. Last March 11. But anyway, I will leave it to you. Kayo na bahala. I'm going to share with you ang video clips during the press conference of Amy Marcos this morning. This morning po. Kasi when she announced itong findings niya, medyo hindi clear ang audio ni Senator Amy Marcos. But this time around, during the press conference, clear na clear po. No? Hindi ito fake news. Clear na clear. But anyway, sorry again. May lemon water tayo. Para at least maano ito ang throat natin. Anyway, before giving you itong video clip, let me share with you isang news article from saan ito? From GMA. GMA online. Ito ang news article nila po, which I'm going to share with you regarding President Bongbong Marcos and Amy, si Super Ate Amy Marcos regarding ang findings ni Amy Marcos dyan po sa Committee on Foreign Affairs. Sandali, Aha. Aha. Okay, nandito po. Ang title ng news is Bongbong on Amy saying there is an effort to bring down Duterte's. I disagree. Yan po, sabi ni President na Bongbong Marcos. Now, the story goes this way, or the news article goes this way. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I disagree. This was the response of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. when asked about the remarks of his sister, Senator Amy Marcos, that there was supposedly a group effort from the administration to arrest former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte and bring down the Dutertes. Klaro-klaro, ha? Included among the findings of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee headed by Amy was that the arrest of fPRRD was part of a whole of government effort to bring down the Dutertes. Earlier, Malacanang said it is no longer surprised with the statement of the senator who leads the Senate probe into the March 11 arrest of former President. Amy has since maintained that the arrest was illegal. However, the palace has defended the arrest as an enforcement of the law, with the president saying that the Philippines only honored its commitment with the Interpol. Also on Tuesday, Amy called on the Office of the Ombudsman to investigate Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Boying Remulla, Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla, Philippine National Police Chief, Police General Romel Marbil, and CIDG Chief, Police Major General Nicolas Torre III, over the arrest of Duterte. She made the recommendation as she presented additional findings from the Senate Foreign Relations Committee's investigation into the Duterte's arrest. The Duterte portrait was flown to the Hague after his arrest and was placed on detention at the Hague Penitentiary Institution or the prison on March 13, Philippine time. He faced the International Criminal Court via video link the following day, where the court read to him the charges against him related to the killings under his administration's war on drugs. The confirmation of charges has been set for September 23 this year. Vice President Sara Duterte expressed belief that the 2025 and 2028 election were the reasons why her father was brought to The Hague, or dyan po, under the custody of the International Criminal Court, or ICC. Dyan po. And may mga speculation pa na after Duterte's arrest, mayroon pa po another list of warrant of arrest will be out, and that will mean arrest warrant for Bato de la Rosa. Speculations ito ba? Chismis. Bato de la Rosa, Bongo, some generals. And mayroon din, haka-haka dyan po, na included ang pangalan sa lista ni Inday Sara Duterte. Alright? Let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen po. Normally, ang ICC, they will not issue maraming arrest warrant po. Dahan-dahan lang yun po. Nag-arrest warrant na kay Tatay Digong, and we won't be surprised kung mag-release din ang arrest warrant ni Bato de la Rosa, and then to be followed by other individuals like Senator Bongo, ang mga generals during the time of who participated in the war on drugs ni Duterte during the time of Duterte being the president po, no? Let's see, and I'll make sure that you will properly be updated. In the meantime, punta lang tayo po. Mag-focus tayo itong programa natin ngayon po sa press interview, press conference ni Senator Amy Marcos tungkol itong investigation niya po dyan po sa Senate committee niya. And let's listen. I will show you the first video clip of Senator Amy Marcos, and she is announcing or revealing ang or repeating ang committee findings niya po regarding itong probe that she started this month. Alright, let's listen to this. Hold on, Okay, saan na yun? You give me time. Sandali. Alright, nandito po. Let's listen to this. And siguro I will give you full screen na lang,
Ang pag-aresto at pagsuko kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa ICC ay klarong may motibong politikal. May malinaw na pattern na kung saan may malalaking kaganapang pampolitika bago ang mahahalagang pahayag at aksyon ng administrasyon kaugnay sa ICC. Makaraang magsimulang magpahayag si PRRD ng mga batikos laban sa People's Initiative o sa pagpapalit ng ating saligang batas, sumagot ang ating Pangulo na ang Pilipinas ay isang open country at kikilos lamang ang gobyerno kung may iligal na gagawin ng ICC. Ngunit matapos dumalo si dating Pangulo sa pagdinig ng Quadcom noong 11 November 2024, sumagot ang ating Executive Secretary na maaring makipagtulungan ang mga lokal na otoridad sa Interpol kung hihingi ng tulong ang ICC. Biglang nagbago ang tunog ng gobyerno. Matapos kumambyo ang ilang pro-administration congressmen tungkol sa impeachment labang kay VP Sara dahil sa napakalaking peace rally ng INC noong Enero 13, bumalikwas ang administrasyon sa pamagitan ng pagkatha ng Oplan Tugis or Operation Pursuit sa English na rineport ng New York Times kasunod ng pahayag ng kalihim ng katarungan na bukas ang administrasyon makipag-usap na sa ICC tungkol sa ilang pamamaraan ng kooperasyon. Maliwanag ang pag-aresto kay dating Pangulo ay bahagi ng malawakang pagsisikap ng gobyerno na papagsakin ang mga Duterte bago mag-2028 election pa. Ang unang malinaw na pagtangka upang papagsakin ay sa pamamagitan ng PI na magsilbing panimula sa pagbabago ng probisyon ng ating konstitusyon para hadlangan makabalik sa 2028. Nang mabigo ito, nagmadali nasiraan ang pangalan ng mag-ama. Noong Mayo 2024, sinimulan na ng Kongreso sa Committee ng Human Rights ang pagsisiyasa tungkol sa EJK, pinalawak noong Agosto 2024 at doon na nagmula ang pagbuo ng Quadcom. Dumating sa bansa ang mga kinatawan ng ICC noong October 2024 at sa tulong ng gobyerno nakalap nila ang mga dokumentong kailangan para makakuha ng warrant of arrest. Samantalang nagsagawa ng sarili nitong investigasyon ang DOJ naman hinggil sa EJK noong ika-4 ng Nobyembro sa pamamagitan ng kanilang Memo 778. Dahil nananatili pa ring banta si VP Sara kahit wala na ang tatay niya, nagsagawa naman ang Kamara ng investigasyon sa confidential funds ng OVP at sa huli na-impeach si VP. Napatunayan ang motibong politikal na napag-aresto sa turnover kay PRRD sa pamamagitan ng mid-election final campaign sprint action plan ng lakas CMD noong nagtipon-tipon ang matataas ng opisyal noong petsang 22 ng Abril nakaraang ilang linggo lamang, inilarawan ang mga nagawang mga Oplan Horus, isang operasyon na inilunsad noong Abril 2024 na naglalayong pabagsakin ang dalawang Duterte. Sa bahagi ng action plan, How to Attack, tinukoy ng ilang ahensya ng gobyerno, kabilang ang PNP, Kamara ng Kinatawan, sa nakipagtulungan ng dating Senador Antonio Trillanes upang tulungan ng ICC prosecutor makakuha ng warrant sa pag-aresto ng dating Pangulo. Binanggit din na nakuha ang kinakailangan boto para sa impeachment ni VP sa pamamagitan ng paggamit ng tinatawag na soft projects katulad ng AIX, AKAP at TUPAD. Doon naman sa bahaging following strategies and moves, tinukoy na kailangan pabilisin ang impeachment ni VP Sara at makakuha ang boto sa Senado sa pamamagitan na naman ng pamimigay ng proyektong for later release or yung mahiwagang FLR bilang gantimpala sa tamang bumotong mga senador. Ikalawa, may magkakaugnay na pagtatangkang pagtakpan ang mga detalye at motibo sa likod ng pag-aresto ng dating Pangulo. May cover-up. Habang nagpapatuloy ang unang pagdinig, tumanggi si DILG Remulla na magsalita. Tanungin siya tungkol sa panayam kay Pinky Webb, kung saan sinabi niya na group effort ang pag-aresto at in-invoke pa ang executive privilege samantalang lumabas na sa media. Una, tinawag niyang chismis ang pahayag. Ngunit nang mabisto, tinulungan na lamang ng kapatid at sinabing executive privilege na nga. Isa pang malakas na sandata ng administrasyon upang pigilan ng komite ang pagsisiwalat ng katotohanan ay paggamit ng tinatawag na sub-judice rule. Halimbawa, nung mahuli si General Torre na nagbibigay ng maling pahayag tungkol sa pagmamadaling ilipat si PRRD sa Hague dahil daw sa Article 125 ng Revised Penal Code, ngunit nung ipunto na yung Revised Penal Code, Article 125, ay para lamang sa warrantless arrest, bigla niyang ginamit ang sub-judice na naman. Isa pang indikasyon sa pagtatakip ng administrasyon ay ang blanket invocation ng executive privilege ni Executive Secretary Bersamin upang pagbawalan lahat ng opisyal ng ehekutibo dumalo sa ikalawang hearing noong 3 ng Abril. Mas lumala pa ito nang sa hindi pangkaraniwang hakbang, tumanggi ang ating Senate President pumirma ng mga sapina nung araw na yon. Bagaman dumanong mga opisyal sa ikatlong pagdinig noong 10 ng Abril, ginamit pa rin ang executive privilege sa mga susunod na isapin. Kung sino-sino nag-utos ng pag-aresto, kung sino ang nag-utos ng paglipat niya sa Hague, at kung paano nakuha ang eroplano na ginamit sa paglipat. Hindi nagtapos ang cover-up sa pagdinig dahil alam din natin na matapos yon pinalaya si Ambassador Lacanlilao at hindi na naman pinirmahan yung mga sapina. Matapos ang pag-aresto kay PRRD, lumakas ang pro-Duterte sentiment at bumagsak ang trust rating ng administrasyon. Ayon sa isang mapagkakatiwalaang source, naglunsad na ngayon ang administrasyon ng isang communication plan upang ilihis ang atensyon ng publiko patungo sa mga issue ng West Philippine Sea at di umanong disinformation ng mga tinatawag na China trolls ng kanilang embassy. Kaya asahan natin na ito ang magiging balita sa mga susunod na araw. Hindi inaasahan ang political backlash sa pag-aresto sa dating Pangulo, kaya ngayon Sinusubukan nilang kontrolin ang sitwasyon sa pamamagitan ng pag-focus sa West Philippine Sea, pagsisi sa China, at sa huli ay iuugnay ang pagtaas ng suporta kay Duterte sa sinasabing kampanya disinformation ng China. So una, may duda tayo na politically motivated. Ikalawa, whole of government ang nagamit dito na talaga naman comprehensive itong planong to. At ikatlo, ang mga posibleng managutan ng criminal and administrative charges. At iminumungkahi namin na imbestigahan ng Office of the Ombudsman ang mga sumusunod. Una, si DOJ Secretary Remulla Boying maaring managot sa violation of RA 3019, Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices for sanctioning an invalid administrative arrest against the former president in contravention of the ruling of the Supreme Court in the 2023 case of Immigration versus Juan Wenle. Maliwanag na napakadaming kondisyon, kwalifikasyon at requirement na isinaad ng ating Korte Suprema doon. Ikalawa, usurpation ng DOJ ng judicial functions. Kahit hindi sila korte, naghahatol sila na halos sila ang naging husgado. Ikatlo, grave misconduct and conduct prejudicial to the best interest of public service. Ikalawa, baka managot din si General Romel Francisco D. Marbil, ang Chief PNP, sa arbitrary detention, Article 124 ng Revised Penal Code. Violation of RA 3019, Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices for inducing or persuading General Torre to perform an act in violation of laws, rules, and regulations or an offense in connection with the official duties of the latter. Grave misconduct and conduct prejudicial to the best interest of public service. Andito rin sa mga nakalista at ayon din sa payo ni dating Supreme Court Justice na nagpayo sa atin na malahil si SILG Secretary John Vic Remulla ay maakusahan din ng arbitrary detention katulad nung iba. Violation of 319 for inducing General Torre and Marbil to perform an act in violation of the Constitution and our laws. Ikatlo, grave misconduct and conduct prejudicial to the best interest of public service. Ang ikaapat na maaring patawan din ng kaso ay si General Nicolas Torre III. Maaring managot sa arbitrary detention. 2 counts of arbitrary detention, not only against the former president, but also against former Executive Secretary Medialdea. Ikalawa, violation of RA 7439 for not allowing the former president to be visited by VP Sara, both his daughter and his named counsel, and for forcing the former president's lawyers to leave him. Also, the violation of 3019 for allowing himself to be induced or persuaded by General Marbil or SILG Remulla to perform an act in violation of law, rules, and regulations in connection with his official functions. Grave misconduct and conduct prejudicial to the best interest of public service ay maaari ring ipataw laban kay General Torre. Ikalima, Ambassador Marcos V. Lacanilao. Maaring managot sa usurpation of official functions, Article 177 of the Revised Penal Code, pagsisinungaling sa ibang kaso at perjury sa ilalim ng Article 183 of the Revised Penal Code, false testimony in other cases, and perjury in solemn affirmation under Article 183 of the Revised Penal Code, at conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service. So ito ang further findings namin. Hindi ko masara yung investigasyon kasi marami pa rin mga issue katulad ng sinong tumulong sa ICC, yung tungkol sa eroplano na nanatiling bukas at masalimuot. So nais kong ipakita ang isang video na nagawa na ganito rin ang pahayag. Simulan po natin ang video na maaring mapanood ng ating mga kaibigan.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Yun po, that's the latest findings of Senator Amy Marcos on her Senate committee investigating the how former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte was served the warrant of arrest last March 11. They want to find out whether there was a violation ang human rights ni former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. No? And before anything else, I would like to shout out muna tayo kay Tony Singh, who's also watching my program this afternoon. Likewise with Lorna Mandiana, Sara, Art Enriquez, Ruben Castillo, and Rodriguez Santos also watching. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned with my program until the end, because I'll be sharing with you the press conference of Senator Amy Marcos. Who is Senator Amy Marcos? Senator Amy Marcos is the elder sister of the President of the Philippines, si Bongbong Marcos, and people are saying, there is a rift now between Bongbong Marcos and the elder sister Amy Marcos, and some are saying that Amy is trying to get the sympathy from the Duterte's supporters by doing this investigation. Dahil she is one of the candidates for re-election in the May 12 midterm election. And obviously we can see that Amy Marcos has put aside her blood relationship with the president of Bongbong Marcos, the younger brother. She is more focused on the legality, how former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte was served the warrant of arrest and handed over to the custody of the International Criminal Court dyan po sa Netherlands, sa Hague. And until now, of course, PRRD or Tatay Digong is still under the custody of the ICC and awaiting for the another charges, confirmation of charges scheduled on September 23rd. 23rd. So, yun po. And according to Senator Amy Marcos, recommendations will be forwarded to the Supreme Court, to the authorities concerned, on to investigate whether these people, like the Philippine National Police, the Secretary of Department of Justice, the CIDG, and other local authorities, high-ranking local authorities, that includes the Special Envoy, si Marcus Lacanilao, if they violated some provisions or laws of the country, then a case should be filed against them for the wrongdoings. Let's see po what will happen. Let's see what will happen. But before this video clip ended, Amy Marcos mentioned about the video clip. I have that video clip. Now, I will share with you how this thing really started. The arrest of Tatay Digong and handed over to the ICC. Obviously, as what Senator Amy Marcos was saying, there was a political motive behind the arrest or the sending of Tatay Digong, or surrendering Tatay Digong to the hands of the International Criminal Court. All right, let me share with you the video that Amy Marcos has shown to the media during the press conference this morning. You hold on. I will share this. I think I'm going to give you a full screen. Hold on.
Sa first na isip rally sa Davao, nagliyab ang balita at social media. Matapang, walang preno.
Mr. President, baka susunod ka sa dinaanan ng tatay mo.
This is where
Takot, ayaw
it
ko
started.
mangyari sa'yo yan.
Nagbato ng maaanghang na salita sa ating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte laban kay Pangulong Marcos tungkol sa di umano'y paggamit ng droga at ang kontrobersyal na People's Initiative.
Sino man magsabi na walang paki ang Senado sa usaping ito, isa lang ang masasabi ko, walang gamot sa kakapalan ng mukha mo.
Sa Senado, sa kapareho at sumunod pang mga buwan, si Senator Amy ang namuna.
Pakiram sa PR. Pakiram sa PR. Pakiram sa PR.
Siya ang unang nagtawag ng pansin. Siya ang unang nagtanong. Para kanino ba talaga ang PNP? Marso 2024, sa kabila ng bangayan sa harap ng sambayanan, narinig natin si Pangulong Marcos. Matatag, matapang.
The International Criminal Court has no jurisdiction over the Philippines as we remain to have a working judicial system and law enforcement mechanisms.
Walang jurisdiksyon ang ICC sa Pilipinas. Sa sabog, nagpagpag siya ng balahibo. Ang hindi natin alam, paghupa ng alikabok ay nagsimula ng nilatag ang plano para muling sumagi sa ICC. Kaya pagtungtong ng Mayo, tahimik ngunit mabilis ang ganap. Isinumite ng DOJ ang legal brief para sa posibleng pag-aresto kay fPRRD. Isang pagkapansin na walang nakapansin. Hulyo, umutok ang balita. Nagbitaw si VP Sara bilang DepEd Secretary.
Tendered my resignation as Secretary of Education effective July 19, 2024.
Isang babae ng tapang ngunit walang nagawa dahil sa likod ng tama. Agosto, sinagawa ang unang Quadcom hearing laban kay fPRRD habang inuusig ng COA ang confidential funds ni VP. Ang hindi natin alam, sa gitna ng lahat ng ito, itinalaga na ni PBBM si Marcos Lacanilaw bilang special envoy ng transnational crimes na siyang magsusuko kay fPRRD. At maluwag na rin pinapasok ng bansa ang mga tiga-ICC noong Oktubre. Walang bahid ng pagtutol, walang balak na ipagtanggol ang kapwa Pilipino. Nobyembre, nag-iba na ang ihip ng hangin. Matatag, matapang, walang bahid ng pag-aalinlangan. Narinig muli natin si Pangulong Marcos, ngunit iba na ang sinabi.
If yun ang gugustuhin ng PRRD, hindi naman kami haharang sa mga ICC.
Para tagunan ng galawan, pinaingay ang impeachment complaints laban kay VP Sara.
The Office of the Secretary General will transmit the two impeachment complaints filed against Vice President Sara Duterte.
Kahit pa nagkaroon ng INC rally noong Disyembre, nahidiin pa rin ang impeachment sa Kongreso. Planado na rin ang pagpirma ng questionable 2025 budget kahit dagdag ng anomalya. Enero 25, 2025, sinimulan na ang Oplan Tugis o Operation Pursuit, ang lihim na operasyon para hulihin si Duterte. Pagsampa ng Pebrero, nag-apply ng arrest warrant ang ICC prosecutor. Isang tahimik na pag-uusig habang tayo'y pinaiikot ng mga rally at press release. Marso, muling nilinlang ang bayan. Humingi daw ng 60-day extension ang DOJ para sa EJK report noong Marso 6. Pero ang totoo, nakabinbin na ang arrest warrant mula sa ICC chamber Marso 7 hanggang 10. Ang hindi natin alam, Marso 11, 2025, sa kanyang pagbalik sa Pilipinas, hindi pa man bumababa ng eroplano si fPRRD na sinagawa na ang pag-aresto. Maingay ang paligid, magulo, pero ang dating Pangulo ay nanatiling kalmado. Isinakay siya papuntang Dahig, alas 11 ng gabi. Kasama sa eroplano si Marcos Lacanilaw, ang nagkanulo, ang nagsuko. Pero kanino ang sisi? Sa mga utusan o sa nag-utos? Managot ang dapat managot. Nakalatag na.
It's a request to the Philippine we have commitments to them.
Ayaw nila ipagpatuloy ang pag-iimbestiga. Maliwanag na ang buong administrasyon na ito mula sa pinakataas hanggang sa galamay. Nagplano.
Ikaw ho ba nagplano ng lahat ng ito?
Hindi naman. It was a group effort. Secretary Chidoro was there, Secretary Aldo was there too, and the President and I.
Nagsakatuparan.
Kayong mga susunod.
Nagkagulo.
Tayong magawa. Wala tayong magawa dahil mismo ang gobyerno. Sa ako kung pinaplastic sa tagwaran.
Nagtakpanan.
Mamili ka. Kapag warrantless arrest, edi may period. Kapag may warrant, walang period.
I am being cautioned by the DOJ, ma'am, that it may be subjudice already to discuss that because of the habeas corpus pending in the Supreme Court.
Ngunit lumabas ang buong katotohanan. Ito pala ang bagong Pilipinas. Hindi man lang natin alam. Tahimik ang pagtataksil.
There was no red notice and what was issued was merely a diffusion.
Tahimik ang pagwasak.
Paliwanag mong maigi, representative ka ba ng Pilipinas or representative ng Interpol? Pipili ka lang.
Nirepresent ko po ang Interpol NCB Manila.
So mali itong papel na to.
Harapan ang pagtalikod.
Okay, yun po. That's the video clip that Senator Amy Marcos was referring to during the press conference po, no? And I suppose you have seen it and it's up to you to judge, no? But it all started when Tatay Digong gave a negative a statement against Bongbong Marcos, and from then on, they started planning for the arrest or for Tatay Digong to be out from the country. Now, obviously, a lot of Filipinos, especially the supporters of the Dutertes, they were saying that one of the biggest reason or a major factor why that Tatay Digong should be out from the country is to scrap the name of the Dutertes in the political arena in the Philippines because of the coming midterm election, and that is on May 12th, and of course the forthcoming of the presidential election that will be on 2028. And the potential winnable candidate for the presidential election is no other than Inday Sara Duterte, our vice president. And of course, what they also did is the impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte. If she will be found guilty, or majority of the Senate and the Congress during the impeachment trial will vote for her impeachment, it means that she will be disqualified from holding any public elected position po. In other words, she will be totally out from the presidential election. And that is what majority or most of the Filipinos believe. What Marcos is doing, and they also believe that it is impossible for Ferdinand Marcos, as he claimed, that he has nothing to do, is not aware of this thing, and he has nothing to do with the handing over of Tatay Digong to the custody of the ICC. She was just complying the commitment between Interpol and the Philippine government. So some people say it's baloney. Okay. Yan po ang how it started. How it started. And because of that, you see the Philippines is now, I will not say in a big trouble, but in a big mess also. Especially with the election. Hopefully, after the election, everything will be cleared. And it is for this reason both parties, major parties po, in the Philippines, we have the Marcos team and the Duterte team. Marcos team, they call themselves the Alianza para sa Bagong Pilipinas, and the Duterte team, it's the PDP Laban plus two candidates po. And both parties are now campaigning for straight votes or block voting. In other words, you don't just pick one or two or three candidates and mix it, no? And make your decision po, or your 12 senators. And that goes also the same thing with the other local positions po. So everybody's fighting for the block voting or straight votes, and apparently you look at the situation now in the Philippines, we have these numerous or several numbers of poll surveys, and results are different, especially those results coming from the commission political survey, election survey, and those from the uncommissioned survey carried out by this group of people or institutions po. So far, we look at it, I think the Duterte team are gaining momentum because of what happened to or last March 11, Tatay Digong was handed over to the ICC. Sympathy goes to the Dutertes po, no? To the Dutertes. And let's see what's the outcome. It's just a matter of slightly over 2 weeks, then we will know the results po. So, as a reminder, I just want to remind the voters, when you cast your votes, please vote according to your conscience. Lend your ears, listen to them. Itong mga kandidato, let's listen to all the candidates when they talk, evaluate them, assess them, and look at the background and what are the promises they gave during the campaign period. Are they, can they materialize or make it possible ang mga political promises nila or not? Because we have already experienced. One example is that, as what the Filipinos are claiming, and it was reported in the both social media and the mainstream media, there was a promise is it a promise or hoping that the price of rice in the Philippines will be tagged at 20 pesos per kilo. But since the start of the day one of President Bongbong Marcos, and until now, it never happened. It's only last week wherein they are talking about the 20 pesos per kilo, but it's not nationwide. Hindi yan po throughout the country. They will only start in Visayas. Why Visayas? Because Visayas is a vote-rich province in the Philippines. No? So is this another political strategy to lure voters to support the candidacy sa Marcos administration, or what? And based on the interviews that I monitored this morning, this Department of Agriculture, the National Food Authority, and the private sector, they're facing, it is complicated po, because they want to start. At first, they will say, they said it will start this week on distribution of the 20 pesos per kilo. And now, yesterday, there was an announcement, it will be on May 1st. And based on the interviews that I monitored, nahirapan talaga yun po. But I hope, for me, I am very happy to hear if the Filipinos will be able to buy rice tagged as at 20 pesos per kilo po. It's a very good news po. For the poor, that is something that is something of big help to them. Okay? But the other question is whether the government can sustain the program, or is it only because of the campaign period? And the other thing, the quality of rice that they will be giving to the Filipinos. Yun po. That's it. So, let's go back to the press conference of Senator Amy Marcos, and she also mentioned something about what she heard about the ICC. She heard that there are talks, rumors, gossiping, chismis, marites, that next to be issued warrant of arrest are Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Bongo, 3 generals, police generals po, will be issued a warrant of arrest. True or not, we still don't know. But anyway, let's listen to the statement of Amy Marcos during the press conference this morning. Let's listen to this.
Tawag ko nga further findings because I'm not certain that we can close this. There are also allegations that, first of all, several weeks ago, a draft was mooted involving a warrant of arrest of 5 police officers, including Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa. Of late, there has been a rumor, once again, that the Vice President will in fact be issued by the ICC a warrant immediately. So, alam natin na si VP Sara ay nandun sa listahan. Pero alam ko na nasa ibaba siya, no? Doon sa mga pinangalanan. Ngunit, ilang araw nakalipas, may mga report na siya na ang uunahin.
Sorry, where did you get this information, ma'am? Nasusunod si VP Sara na arestuhin?
Uso naman ang chismis ngayon. Chismis rin po.
Meaning, no credible source, ma'am?
Not yet. A few incredible sources, but nevertheless, we have to pay heed. And let me make it clear, I will oppose that warrant with everything I have. Foremost, the administration has said time and time again through the President himself that the ICC has no jurisdiction in the Philippines. Therefore, any warrant of arrest by the ICC cannot be enforced in this country for lack of jurisdiction. It is nothing, that warrant from the ICC, but a mere scrap of paper. Walang bale yun. In addition, there's no basis for the Philippine government to cooperate with the Interpol in enforcing an ICC warrant. The mere fact that the void warrant is transmitted through Interpol does not make it less void, does not make it valid. At ikatlo, as the hearings have established, the circumstances surrounding the investigations of the ICC in this country, the incidents leading to the issuance of these ICC warrants, and the enforcement of such warrants are politically motivated and really are in violation of Article 3 of the Constitution of the Interpol itself, which prohibits the Interpol from participating in any intervention or activity of a political character.
Ma'am, sabi niyo, you will...
All right, that's it. You heard it from Senator Amy Marcos. And here's another video clip that I would like to share with you. Sana yan po. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this.
Ay, hindi ko gawain bumatikos ng kapwa senador, pero ang alam ko may utos talaga sa admin media na i-divert at mag-squid tactics ng bonggang-bongga, i-divert sa iba't ibang balita tulad ng mga sagupaan, yung fake news nga na tinake over na, yung kung ano-anong mga isla at islet, tapos yung balita ng 20 pesos rice, sinabay-sabay para ilayo sa tunay na problema.
But as a sitting senator po, kayo po hindi kayo napapahala if there's some truth to it na although widespread speculation na even before pa na gumagamit yung China ng machinery, ng propaganda machinery regarding
naman,
sa WPS.
Ako naman, sigurado tayong meron. Walang pagkakaila, walang duda na meron silang makinarya para dyan. Meron din ang mga Amerikano, meron din yung iba't ibang mga malalaking bansa. Marami talagang nakikialam.
Alright, that's it. Si Senator Amy Marcos. Okay. What she was saying there in the video clip to the press, to the mainstream media, what is happening now, they're talking about Tatay Digong. They're talking about Tatay Digong, whether there was a violation or not. Now, to divert the attention, Amy Marcos was saying that there are some issues being raised now to divert from the issue. And that is yung 25 or 20 pesos per kilo, impeachment of Inday Sara Duterte, and yung issue sa China, between China and the Philippines, the dispute, no? This is one way of diverting the attention of the Filipinos instead of focusing dyan po kay Duterte and his campaign period. And they know that once you talk about Duterte, a lot of Filipinos would like to listen, no? Listen. That's why you see whenever Inday Sara goes to whatever place in the Philippines po, the number of crowd is so huge compared to the crowd of the sabihin natin Marcos team. You see? Just recently, last weekend, Sara Duterte made a round in Manila itself. And you see a lot of people, no? Went and attend the rally. And that's where we saw, Inday Sara was on the attacking mood. Attacking mood. So, part of the campaign po. Okay, another question. I think this will be my last video clip. Another video clip that I want to share with you is that there was a question raised by the reporter during the press conference in Manila about whether Bongbong Marcos and Amy Marcos is having a quarrel. Nandito po ang sagot ni Amy Marcos. Let's listen to this.
Masamang-masama ang loob ko, ngunit ang akin lamang, kailanman hindi kami nag-away ng aking kapatid. Yung mga amuyong sa palasyo, yung mga larian, yung mga lulong, ayun, sila po ang ating kaaway. At hindi ko naman kinakampihan ang isang panig laban sa isa. Ang pinapanigan ko lamang ay ang soberanya ng Pilipinas na isinusuko natin. Nakakahiya naman itong ginagawa natin na. Ma'am, sino daw yung lulong? Abagan po ninyo. Pero ma'am, hindi ba in a way parang baka ma-destabilize yung leadership mismo ng kapatid nyo dito sa mga nagiging findings at mga statements nyo against people around him? Hindi ko linalabanan ang sinuman. Binabasa ko lang ang lumabas sa katibayan mula sa hearing. Wala akong magagawa kung litaw ng litaw ang katotohanan. So, okay lang kung medyo makadestabilize ito sa leadership ni... Wala tayong pagnanais mag-destabilize sa Pilipinas. Marami na tayong problema. Ngunit ang katotohanan ay kinakailangan mangibabaw sa lahat.
Alright, clear na yun po, no? Very clear. Now, you look at it, si Bongbong Marcos and Amy Marcos. Amy is the elder sister. The first child of the late Ferdinand Marcos Sr. And I think after Amy, si Irene Marcos. And then after Irene, nandyan po si Bongbong Marcos. Now, the way how I look at Amy, now she's trying to save whatever legacy her father left, no, in the Philippines. That's why she wants that, we have to correct what is, correct what is wrong. But on the other side, Amy was saying, yeah, Bongbong is okay din, no? The problem is with Bongbong is that the people around him. The people around him. Yun ang problema. Anong ibig sabihin yun? I don't know. Maybe the people around him are taking advantage of him. No? And he listens to these people. Samantala, si Tatay Digong already warned him. If you are not going to change, then you might have the same fate with your father. Yun na si Marcos Sr. from the Philippines. That was because of the 1986 People's Power. Kaya nga sabi ni Tatay Digong, unless you do something, change, then there is a possibility. Pero yung mga tao surrounding Bongbong Marcos, maybe they have different ideas, and they manage to convince Bongbong Marcos, then this is what we get it. This is what is happening now in the Philippines. I mean, Marcos is trying to, yes, as a elder sister, I got her point. I got her point. He loves the country, the Philippines. He loves his father. He also loves his brother. But when he sees that his brother is on the wrong path, then he wants his brother to go back to the right path. But the brother doesn't listen. And now, people thought two things. Either he's riding in two boats, Jan sa Marcos and Jan sa Duterte, for survival purposes. You cannot blame people are thinking because he is a Marcos. She is a Marcos. See? But if you look at her from the very beginning, I am monitoring Marcos from the very start. Even let's talk about even during the endorsement. Tatay Digong endorsed Marcos during the filing of the candidacy last October. See? So yun po. And you look at it, consistent siya when he is fighting. He doesn't care whether you are a Duterte or whether my brother or our family name will be spared. No? He pushed with the Senate committee hearing, which is very, very good. For me, it's very good. She wants to find out the truth. What really happened? Because Digong is also a Filipino. So, yan po. Yan po. Kayo na bala. That's how I look at it. But again, because the election is coming very near, it's just around the corner, I just want to say, please, lend your ears to these candidates, no? To these political parties. They already started their grand rallies po. Pero mayroon pa yun po. Darating pa, marami pa mga political rallies po dyan sa Pilipinas. Have time, try to find time and listen to these candidates. Be it senatorial, be it congressional candidates or party list rallies, or down po sa city municipal level. Listen to them and see ano ang mga promesa nila at kung kaya ba sila sabihin natin fulfill ang mga promises nila po, and are they capable. And then look, ito mga incumbent, look at them. See? Ano ang standard of living nila po when they were before becoming a politician, and who are they now? I'm not saying that they are corrupt. What you see, you analyze, you see, and you make your decision. Ganun lang yan po. Whatever assistance they're giving you, ayuda and all these things, get it, that is our money. That is our money. And vote wisely come May 12. So with this, I think hanggang dito na lang ako po. Si Nico Fabian once again would like to say, thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Malaysia, Sabah, the Philippines, God bless us all. I love you and see you tomorrow. Bye.